And now, here's your host, Bobby Likis.
AAA and Ford have done it again, inspiring yet another generation of skilled automotive technicians. During the 61st annual Ford AAA Auto Skills competition, all 50 states were represented as pairs of the best high school auto technicians faced off at Ford's world headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan. The goal? Show off their technical know-how and win their share of $11.5 million in scholarships. Also, the title, and a week with Roush Fenway Racing. With us today are aspiring auto technicians and winners of the competition, Jonathan Anderson and McKenzie Nordland, and their instructor, Jim McFADGEN, at Cheyenne Valley Area Career and Technology Center. Gentlemen, all of you, welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Glad to have you in the house.
Thank you.
Jim, let's start with you. What did it feel like to have your team have a perfect car in the 61st edition of Ford AAA Auto Skills competition?
Well, it was certainly a surprise. There's a lot of great competition at the national event as well as our individual state events, but I was certainly surprised. It's a tough competition, and I'm really proud of the kids for finding all the bugs.
I understand that you had news crews meeting everyone at the airport, rode in a parade, and it had to be exciting. How do you describe the reaction? Is it much different than competing in the past? Tell us about it.
In 2008, we had a third-place finish at Nationals. Our goal was to finish in the top 10. You know, we knew we were in the running because we already had known, all the individuals that had already been up on stage had demerits for their vehicles. And we knew that our car was a perfect car, and we kept looking at each other thinking, what's going on? Something's wrong, because we should have heard our name so far. But anyway, it was a great reward for these kids.
Well, as an instructor, what does it mean to you to have a championship team, and what will it mean to the future of your program at Cheyenne Valley Area Career and Technology Center there in Valley City, North Dakota?
Going to promote the program tenfold. In the last 3 years, to go to nationals twice in the last 3 years and finish respectably well, I would think that a lot of the students are going to look at that and then possibly attain that as a goal for themselves. So looking forward to it.
How do you prepare? I mean, I know you put as much effort, or I assume you put as much effort, but how do you prepare your team, or did you prepare your team for this national competition?
We actually just practiced 2 times. The first time we just kind of looked over the vehicle. The second time we had a short practice and met some individuals from Fargo, North Dakota, Luther Family Ford dealership, who were, they welcomed us with open arms, and there was a couple of individuals there that did a tremendous job helping us out, just arranging that. So I certainly would have to say these 2 kids have a talent. I believe these 2 kids have a genuine skill. I totaled up the other day, it's in the neighborhood of $165,000 in scholarships and prizes, so it's well worth the effort, that's for sure.
Wow. With us today are winners of the 61st Annual Ford AAA Student Auto Skills Competition, Jonathan Anderson and McKenzie Nordland. Jonathan, when did you realize you had a perfect score, and how'd that feel?
When we finish our car, we go to the final judging, and then they go through like all the stuff with us as they're judging it, and then once they're done, they'll tell us if we had like any demerits or anything. So when we were done, they told us we didn't have any, and that was like a big relief off my shoulders, because I was like, that's what we're aiming for, because if you get a perfect car, you should score pretty well. It was amazing.
I understand that you're going to be spending some time with the number 16 Roush Fenway Racing team before a NASCAR race at O'Reilly Park. McKenzie, what are you going to say to Jack Roush when you see him?
I'm probably going to be speechless, because I've seen a lot of his work and stuff on his cars and on his designer cars, and it's amazing on what he can do.
Jonathan, what's your family's reaction to sharing over $100,000 in scholarship?
Oh, wow. My dad's reaction was kind of like a, woo! Only it was way more exaggerated than that. And they're pretty excited and happy about it, because that's a lot of money that we can use.
McKenzie, what's your family's reaction to the 100,000? But actually, it's almost 160,000, as Jim said. Just give us a quick overview. What did your folks say?
Well, my mom came with to the competition, and I could hear her and McFadgen's wife screaming over everybody clapping, so she was a little bit excited.
When you get to the end of the race and you've won the race and you have no demerits and you couldn't do any better because you had zero problems, was it a feeling of relief or a feeling like, yes, I've done this?
It was probably a shock. It was a wow. One of those situations in life where you have to do a double take, and it takes a little while to absorb that. We've had a great community support, wonderful, all kinds of activities that the community has done for us. So I guess it takes a while to set in. It takes a long time to sink in, and I would just have to say, both these kids are extremely humble individuals. They take their winning with a grain of salt. They aren't, they don't boast about their success. They certainly deserve it. They've earned it. So.
Well, I thank you for taking your time, and I want to congratulate Jonathan Anderson and McKenzie Nordland as winners of this year's Ford AAA Student Auto Skills competition. Jim McFadgen, you certainly did a whale of a job. Number one nationally, the 61st annual Ford AAA Student Auto Skills competition. It was a pleasure to have you in the house.
Well, thank you, Bobby. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.